I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place.
Hi, this is Gina from Haunted Flower, and last night I saw The Crazies. The Crazies is based on the 1973 motion picture that had been written and directed by George A. Romero. Romero was a writer and producer on this updated version, and it was directed by Breck Eisner. The story takes place in a small town in Iowa where the inhabitants have contracted a contagious, severe mental illness. The town sheriff and his wife, the town doctor, are played by Timothy Olyphant and Radha Mitchell, and the deputy is played by Joe Anderson. What is infinitely scarier about this movie than a typical zombie movie is that since this is a mental illness, these people are not slow-plotting idiots. The infected are very capable of highly complex tasks. They know how to be quiet, they know how to be fast, and they know how to set up traps for you. What is missing is their inhibitions and fear of consequences for their actions. Occasionally they stop and stare off into space in a very creepy way, but what's so creepy about it is they might not look like they're all there, but they might be plotting your demise. The scariest parts for me in the beginning were waiting for someone to go crazy and see what they were planning to do. Speaking of zombies, I really had fun watching this movie and seeing how many rules from Zombieland still applied to the situation. Every once in a while, one of us would turn to the other and be like, "Rule number 1, cardio! Rule number 2, double tap!" But these people kept forgetting the seatbelts rule, unfortunately. You really have to love small town plagues like this because the entire town could be wiped out overnight and no one driving through on the highway would be the wiser. My husband grew up in a really small town, so seeing all the rednecks having guns piled up everywhere just in case there's an apocalypse was a pretty accurate picture of how some people live. I absolutely loved the setup and how the movie was laid out, introducing the town, the townspeople a little, and then showing one crazy person, and then more, and then all hell breaks loose and the military descend and try to contain the situation. I really enjoyed the main players, Olyphant, Mitchell, and Anderson. They've been in a lot of movies, but they aren't readily recognizable as big stars or anything, so they felt very authentic, and there was no distraction of celebrity to contend with. You can definitely get the small town feel. In end of time sort of movies like this, I always love to see the struggle for who will fight and who will give up, and who really wants to live bad enough to work for it when everything around you is in chaos. The human will is a really powerful thing, and Oliphant's character David really showcases what is possible when the adrenaline hits you. I don't want to give it away, let's just say it involves a knife pinning him to the floor. This movie had my heart racing. There were a lot of great scare moments for me. I absolutely loved one setup in particular that involved a complicated series of events at a car wash. I will never look at a car wash the same way again. My favorite infected group were the redneck hunters who took the opportunity to finally hunt some big game, and they whooped and hollered all over town. You just know this would happen in some small town somewhere. This is one of the best movies I've seen so far this year. This movie really knew its genre. It had great structure, timing, writing, characters, acting, music. This movie just seemed to get everything right for this type of movie. So I would recommend for this weekend, pay for this. Stay away from cop-out. This was a well-done movie. I really enjoyed it.
Check out our other movie reviews at hauntedflower.com, your place for fantastic apparel, action figures, and collectibles. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, fan our Facebook page, or add us as a friend on MySpace or Rotten Tomatoes. If you're local to the Indianapolis area, visit indiemojo.com for details on how you can win free screening passes.